To Gaetti, for the first time ever, the Minnesota Twins are the world champions.
Thank you and welcome to the 30th anniversary of the 1987 World Series Championship presented by Budweiser. Yes, 30 years ago. The year of RoboCop and Lethal Weapon. At home, we were watching Cheers and the Golden Girls. We attended concerts by REO Speedwagon and Motley Crue. It was a year of new jerseys and a new logo, and concluded with Homer Hankies and deafening noise at the Dome. And iconic images that still bring goosebumps today.
Could be the last. Rick has it. The Minnesota Twins are in the World Series.
It's way back. It's gone. Push your ball, Dan Platt. What a long drive. Center field. Way back. It is a grand
To Gaetti, for the first time ever, the Minnesota Twins are the world champions.
Let's meet our guests of honor tonight. First, from the front office. He purchased the Twins in 1984, and 3 years later, we were champions. And she was the Twins' biggest fan. They are forever memorialized with bronze statues outside Target Field. Mr. Carl R. Pohlad and Eloise Pohlad. '87 was his second year as Twins president. Under his guidance, the Twins became the first American League team to draw 3 million fans, and he is one of the key figures in getting Target Field built, Mr. Jerry Bell. Unable to join us this evening is former general manager Andy MacPhail. Andy is currently the president of the Philadelphia Phillies, and he will be here in August when he is inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame. He was the assistant general manager in 1987 who helped MacPhail build the Twins into a contender. He's had a 50-year career in baseball as a player and executive. The pride of Lamberton, Minnesota. Please welcome Bob Gebhard. Now let's introduce the coaching staff. Unable to be here tonight, one of the more popular figures during the Twins World Series runs, best known as the Twig. 92 years old, still going strong, residing in Texas. First base coach number 45, Wayne Terwilliger. Also unable to be here, he was a player with the Twins from 1968 to 1972, and later was the third base coach in 1987, Rick Rennick. He was skipper Tom Kelly's right-hand man for more than 15 years. He guided some great pitching staffs during his years with the Twins and helped Frank Viola win a Cy Young Award. Pitching coach number 42, Dick Such. No person in the history of the Twins has worn a uniform longer than the bullpen coach from 1987. For 32 years, he was part of the Twins. He threw out the ceremonial pitch this year on opening day. Number 43, Rick Stelmazik. The hitting coach in 1987 happened to be one of the greatest hitters of all time, as he won 3 American League batting titles. Twins Hall of Famer, number 6, Tony Oliva. Before we begin with the players, we'd like to remember 2 off-field personnel who passed away recently. Longtime public relations director Tom Mee and beloved equipment manager Jim Wiesner. Our thoughts are with both families in attendance tonight. We also remember the knuckleballer who made Emory boards famous. He started 16 games, including the division-clinching game in Texas. He passed away in 2006. Number 36, pitcher Joe Niekro. Now let's meet the players, beginning with the non-starters from Game 7 of the World Series. One of 7 Twins to play for both World Championship teams, a key contributor as a rookie in 1987, unable to be here, an excused absence. He's got coaching duties for the Edina American Legion squad. Number 9, infielder Gene Larkin. He was an all-star with the Twins in 1979. He came back in 1985 and went 1 for 2 in the World Series. Now part of the broadcast team on Fox Sports North. Number 5, infielder Roy Smalley. This pitcher pitched in 3 postseason games. He had no decisions in all 3, but he did pitch 6 scoreless innings in Game 3 in St. Louis. All the way from Venezuela, number 17, pitcher Les Straker. He pitched in 54 games in 1987. He pitched 2 scoreless innings in Game 4 and retired after the 87 season as a world champion. Number 21, George Frazier. Another reliever who was crucial during the regular season. He collected 7 wins and 2 saves in 59 trips to the mound that season. He pitched 2 games against St. Louis, recording the final outs in Game 1. Number 22, pitcher Keith Atherton. The owner of 2 World Series rings with the Twins. He batted .290 the last month of the season, drove in 4 postseason runs in 1987 in 8 games. Now an assistant general manager with the world champion Chicago Cubs, number 25 outfielder DH Randy Bush. This slick fielding fan favorite played 110 games at second, third, short, and even left field. Must have been a day game after a night game. He played in 4 games in the World Series. Currently a coach with the St. Cloud Rocks of the Northwood Leagues. Number 26 infielder Al Newman. Our next guest played 102 games and could man all 3 outfield positions. Also very good in the clutch, batting .321 with runners in scoring position in 1987. Please welcome number 27, outfielder Mark Davidson. Our next guest predicted in 1986 that the Twins would be world champs, and by pitching 267 innings, 15 regular season wins, 2 ALCS victories, and a win in Game 2, his prediction came true. Baseball Hall of Famer and my broadcast partner for 23 years, Bert Blyleven. The Twins acquired this next pitcher in a June trade. He pitched in 30 games for the Twins. He had 5 strikeouts in Game 3 of the ALCS and got the win in World Series Game 6 in relief. Number 31, pitcher Dan Schatzeder. Originally signed by the Twins back in 1972, he returned to Minnesota and appeared in 51 games. He started behind the plate in Game 3 of the ALCS and collected 2 hits. Currently a Major League scout for the Blue Jays, number 33, catcher Sal Butera. This workhorse got the home crowd in a frenzy in Game 2 of the ALCS by striking out 4 Tigers to close out the win. Senior Smoke was hot all season as he finished 8-1 and even found time to develop the Berenguer Boogie. Number 40, Juan Berenguer. The 1987 roster needed a closer, so they traded for the Terminator. 31 saves, 8 wins in 1987. He got the final out of the division clincher, the ALCS, and the World Series. Number 41, pitcher Jeff Reardon. This pitcher led the American League in games started in 1984 and 1985 and started 20 games in 1987. Number 48, Mike Smithson. Now let's meet the starting lineup from Game 7 of the World Series, beginning with the skipper. Hired in 1986, he won the World Series in his first full season. His number 10 will never be worn again, and now he's immortalized with a bronze statue on Target Plaza. The winningest manager in Twins history, number 10, TK Tom Kelly. Fielder played 5 seasons in Minnesota. He began and ended his Twins days with championships. He collected 16 hits in the '87 postseason, the biggest coming in Game 1 of the World Series, a fourth inning grand slam. Now in his 18th year in the radio booth, left fielder number 32, Dan Gladden. A slick fielding shortstop. He had 11 postseason hits, including the infield single in Game 7 against St. Louis that drove in the eventual winning run. A Twins Hall of Famer, shortstop number 7, Craig Gagney. An all-star and gold glover. He batted .357 in the World Series. On the national stage, everyone saw what we already knew. A player who played every game like it was his last, and with a smile that lit up the ballpark.
Number 34, center fielder, Clemmy Puckett!
To have here tonight Kirby's kids, Catherine and Kirby Jr. After hitting 31 regular season home runs, our third baseman set the tone for our World Series run in the first game of the postseason. He hit 2 home runs against the Tigers and was named the ALCS Most Valuable Player. He's currently the manager of the Sugarland Skeeters in the Atlantic League. The Rat, number 8, Gary Gaetti. Our next batter, unable to be here tonight. He played in 3 consecutive World Series with 3 different teams, but the only ring he won was with the Twins. We remember his World Series Game 6 heroics when he belted a 2-run game-tying homer. Number 18, the designated hitter, Don Baylor. Also unable to be here tonight, the right fielder who hit 32 home runs in 1987. In the ALCS, he hit 400 and drove in 9 runs. The right fielder, number 24, Tom Brunensky. He grew up in the shadows of Met Stadium, was there for the first game at the Metrodome, and this Minnesota kid brought home 2 World Championships. In Game 6, his grand slam might have turned the series around for good. The excitement as he rounded the bases still brings chills. Minnesota's own, the first baseman, number 14, Kent Herbeck. The starting catcher on that 87 team, also a native of Twins territory. In 1987, he belted 16 home runs and hit .318 in the World Series. Now a member of our Fox Sports North team, the catcher number 15, Tim Laudner. When the Twins clinched their first division title in 17 years, it was the second baseman who hit the big home run and started the double play that ended the game. He also shined in the World Series, hitting .412 with a home run and 4 runs batted in against St. Louis. The second baseman, number 4, Steve Lombardozzi. And finally, the starting pitcher in Game 7 would be named the series' most valuable player. He won Game 1, And in Game 7, he pitched 8 innings, allowing just 2 runs with 7 strikeouts. Sweet Music led the Twins with 17 wins in 1987 and went on to win the Cy Young Award the very next year. Starting pitcher, number 16, Frankie Sweet Music Viola. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1987 World Champion Minnesota Twins. Well, now you've all seen many of the 87 highlights that we all remember. There's one video, though, that we have not seen. We have uncovered some vintage VHS footage from Dan Gladden's basement vault, never before released to the public, and man, do I hope we grab the right tape. Until now, enjoy it.
Hey, there's that cameraman again. Get that out of here. He's always got a camera.
Get a good night's sleep. Now this is actually a look at I mean, hey man, Rich, Lambo.
Hi, Minnesota. Hi, guys.
You gonna pour some champagne tonight, Puck?
Try. I read the paper. Said only.
You gonna pour it or drink it?
Try to do a little bit of both, right? Can I use tickets today?
So glad. You think it's gonna snow tonight?
I hope so. Looking at us.
You're supposed to look.
Dig in your nose, Captain.
How about if I dig it yours?
Recorded for posterity.
Yes, sir. God, here's 2 Hall of Famers right here. Hang on, let me get this. Shake hands again, Tony.
Say something.
Cosa, muy bueno, oye, mi buen amigo, chico, de muchos años.
Hi, Mom.
Tanya.
Okay? Introduce the little one. Introduce the little one.
Little Zachary. My wife, Michelle.
Tom Bernansky gave us those glasses, and he asked me and Al Newman if we'd promote them for him. We're the only ones wearing them. How silly. And here it is. This is when we realized
this is when the goosebumps came to everybody.
And the whole Yankees.
I think that's me right there on the left coming out. And it's just, everybody, we were amazed how many people were in there at 11 o'clock at night. Just to wish us good luck in the World Series. I got goosebumps just talking about it.
The banners were up. It's still fun to watch this after all these years. You know that?
Tell you what, I got goosebumps again.
Here's where they're being introduced, and Berenguer's been introduced. Look at you, Bert.
Yeah, I know, the skinny guy.
Wow.
I still have those pants.
I still have my shoes.
Except I only get one leg in them now.
And there was so much confetti, as you can see, it got underneath the car. Catalytic converters got hot and caught on fire. They had to pull those 2 cars out. These guys had to double up. But
Look at that, Danny.
well,
We
won the World Series, and this is something I think Minnesota, they did a good job.
I tell you what, after what we witnessed the night that we clinched to come into the Dome, and then I don't know if we even anticipated this many people. I mean, they canceled school for people to come out and celebrate our championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to invite to the podium 1987 World Series MVP, Frank Viola.
Thank you, Dick. First of all, this is an honor to be able to speak for all these guys, so I guess I'm making it as quick as I don't know how quick I can make it, but in all seriousness, we have 4 things I'd like to bring up. Number 1, we all thank the front office, from the Griffin family to the Polat family, for putting together an unbelievable group of guys who believed in themselves and did something magical with each other. If it wasn't for the front office making those moves and trusting us young guys to learn how to win, we wouldn't be here 30 years later. Number 2, you couldn't, as a player, especially as a young player, ask for a better coaching staff to put out there for us. Starting with TK, and from Rennie to Twiggy to Suchi to Rennie. But somebody who I just want to take a second, and I hope I'm speaking for all of us. This gentleman spent 32 years as our bullpen coach. He is special to all of us. He's special to so many players. I think some of the modern day players know him as well. He's fighting a tough battle right now. And I'd like to speak for all of us and wish him, Rick Stelmazik, the best. I don't know if he knows how much we love him, but I think we all appreciate it and give you a standing ovation for everything you've done for the Minnesota Twins. Take care of yourself. We love you. The most ingredient to winning a championship is not talent. It helps. But it's a bunch of guys believing and trusting in themselves. And granted, I learned it the hard way. I was the most individualist so-and-so my first couple of years in the big leagues until a couple people put me in my place and realized you can't win games by yourself. What TK installed on the field, instilled in us on the field, and what all these guys did was they believed in each other. Every time we took the field, especially as the season went on, we believed in what we were doing. And we won the World Championship in 1987 because we all believed in each other. And 30 years later, we're still hanging out like we're still playing. I think it's pretty cool stuff. I mean, we go 10 years without seeing each other, it's like we never left. It's the greatest feeling in the world. Appreciate and like to thank all the teammates that made all this possible for all of us. Two more quick points. First and foremost, you're the fans. If it wasn't for you guys believing in us and seeing that there was special in us, I don't think any of us would have been able to achieve what we achieved. You hear about the Seattle Seahawks and the 12th man, to hell with that. We had our own fans here, and you guys made it all possible for us, so thank you all so much for everything you guys did. And lastly, today's 2017 Minnesota Twins. I know a lot of you guys are young. I know a lot of you guys don't even know who the hell half of us are, and that's cool. The one thing I hope you take out of this is that, as I mentioned earlier, talent wins games, it helps win games, but you can't do it without the help of each other. You guys are in a pennant race right now. You got everybody rooting for you, supporting you. You guys go out there and play some baseball. Have fun. And in this, you know, I was fortunate to be named MVP, but I wasn't the MVP. Everyone sitting here was the MVP. I just happened to be lucky enough to have an award. We all did it as a team, and if it wasn't for everybody working together, that first World Championship would never have happened. So thank you all for everything in this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. And on behalf of Twins territory, both here at Target Field, those of you watching on television, thank you all for giving us so many moments that we will never, ever forget. Now, when we say 1987, we remember the epic home runs, the Homer Hankies, the Dome, all leaving us with joy as infectious as a Kirby Puckett smile. What better way to conclude than to bring in the closer, Jeff Reardon, just as he closed out Game 7. We invite Jeff to throw today's ceremonial pitch to his catcher, Tim Laudner, along with the radio call from Twins radio legend Herb Carneal.
Ball, the guy, he has it. Close to Herbert, and the Twins are baseball's world champions. The world champion, Minnesota Twins. McGee grounding the guy for the last out of the World Series. The Twins win it 4-2. Let's listen to this crowd. What out?